In this video we'll look at how you can use Action JavaScript to create simple message boxes in your application. So we've always had in Action JavaScript an action called message box, but behind the scenes this action just used the built-in alert function that is in a native function of JavaScript, or also the confirm function. But the alert and the confirm don't give you any control over the styling, and they're actually sort of quite unattractive. So here's a button, and when I press this button you can see it brings up an alert with a message over there. But here I've used the advanced message box action now that's just been added, and you can see here we have a much nicer looking dialog box that is styled using the same style, the same theme as your application. You've got control over the title, and you've got control over all of the buttons, the button text and the message, etc. So let's go look at how this was done. So we'll go back now to design mode, and I'm going to bring up my builder, and let's go over here. So this is this built-in action called message box over there, and what I'm going to do is look at what I've done over here. So I've checked this option here called use advanced message box. So if I uncheck it I get to see the original message box, but now I'm using an advanced message box, and I can specify the title and then the message box text, and I can use any HTML that I want for this text. So for example I can go to this message over there and make it bold and increase its size. So now I've gone and increased its size. Then I can choose the type of message, so I can have an OK button, an OK cancel button, yes no buttons, yes no cancel, no buttons at all, or a completely custom set of buttons. So let's go here and change this to say yes no buttons, and when I do that then I can go now and define the JavaScript for the yes button, the JavaScript for the no button, and also the label for the yes and no buttons. And these can include obviously language tags. So let's just go here and say yes button, and then for the yes button text let's go there and just type in something like this. Says alert yes was clicked. So go ahead now and click the OK button, go OK. So save this and then go run it now. So you can see now I've got yes no buttons. My message now shows how we've got our custom HTML in the message body. But now let's go back and actually add our own custom buttons here. So let's go back to design mode, and then again open up the editor, and now this time we're going to change from yes no buttons to a custom set of buttons, and then we're going to open up our builder, and now we can go and define the buttons that we want. So let's go and define a button called say B1, and then another button called B2, and then another button called say B3. Then for each button let's go here and say this is my label, so I'll call this say button 1, and I'll just copy that to the clipboard, and let's go now and define button 2, and let's go now and define button 3. And of course for each button I can go here and define the JavaScript that gets executed. So we'll go ahead now and click OK, OK, and then save this and run it, and now you can see we've got button 1, button 2 and button 3. So and finally, if we look behind the scenes as to what the JavaScript is that is being executed, we can see that we're just calling the standard A5 message box show function that is built into the Alpha 5 JavaScript library. This method is documented in the wiki, and you can see here that using the builder though makes it much easier to generate the code. Thanks very much.